The difference between a tent and canopy is that tents are sturdier structures meant to be temporary living quarters. They also create a complete structure, whereas canopies are just covering overhead and not the sides. Tents are used long-term and canopies are for short-term uses. In this article, you will learn more on the uses of tent and canopy, differences between tent and canopy, and the best places to use tents or canopy. What is a tent? A tent is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as a collapsible shelter of fabric like canvas or nylon, stretched and sustained by poles and used for camping outdoors or as a temporary building. A lot of tents are manufactured from fire-retardant materials like cotton, polyester, or nylon. They can be produced to accommodate one person or thousands of people. They can be attached to the ground with pegs and pegs, or they can be freestanding. What is a canopy? A canopy refers to smaller, lightweight tents that are easily set up without much experience. They are usually hired as over-the-counter units that a customer gets and set up by themselves. Canopies are not as durable or strong as a frame tent. They are usually made of lighter vinyl material. They are comparatively less expensive to rent. They offer temporary shelter from rain and sunlight. What is the difference between a tent and a canopy? Ease of use. Canopies are more comfortable setting up, storing, and transport than tents due to their smaller size. Hence, they are ideal for smaller events. Size. In terms of size, canopies are smaller than tents. Frame tents have a large size that can accommodate almost every outdoor event. Therefore, for bigger events, frame tents are better. Strength. This is another difference between canopies and tents. Frames are sturdier and can shelter guests from harsh weather conditions. On the other hand, canopies are great for smaller, shorter events and cannot withstand harsh weather conditions. Which is better? In discussing the better option between canopy and tents, we have to consider several factors. Size of the event. If you're organizing a small event, you might opt for canopies. On the other hand, if you want to host big events, you need to opt for tents to accommodate guests for almost any kind of event you want to organize. Tents are better for big events, while canopies are better for small events. Your budget. You should also consider your budget in choosing between canopies and tents. Tents are quite pricey, and canopies are relatively cheaper. Therefore, if your budget is low, you need to go for canopies. But if you have a high budget, you can opt for tents. Canopies are cheaper than tents. Weather conditions. Another factor to consider here is the weather condition. If the weather is friendly, you can opt for canopies. However, if there are forecasts of impending harsh weather conditions, you should opt for tents. Tents can withstand harsher climatic conditions than canopies. Duration of event. You should also consider your event's duration in selecting whether to go for canopies or tents. Canopies are usually for events that will not last more than a day. On the other hand, tents are for events that can last for days and even weeks. Therefore, if you are organizing a camping program, you can opt for tents. But if you are organizing a small get-together, you can opt for tents. Tents can be used for events that span days and weeks. Canopies are used for events that last for a couple of hours. Tents are bigger and stronger. They are built for outdoor gatherings that need shelter from weather conditions. Canopies, on the other hand, are smaller and cheaper. They are better for small events and can save you some money. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.